play against them. I mean, it means that it's very easy to focus more AD carry bans and to just get so many things. Like last game, playing the Sivir was the 6th choice AD carry. There was 5 other AD carry present, 4 bans and 1 pick.
Yeah.
But Hyperion, they're just gonna, if they keep banning AD carries, I mean, I'm gonna go out on a whim here and say we might see an Ezreal. Oh my god, there it is.
Oh my god.
Crystal ball.
Your crystal ball has told you that Ezreal was beyond it. Will Xayah be the next ban?
It probably will be the next ban, honestly. I mean, yep, there it is. Both teams are sticking to their guns. I mean, if I were Hyperion, I would mix it up personally.
You got to. You have to at this stage, surely, because like, fair enough, you don't pick the Xayah, but at least it leaves open a Xayah or a Varus. You know, like
yeah.
You get something behind it.
I guess it just doesn't play anything but Varus and Ez. But this is probably going to be a Varus first pick here because I don't think you wouldn't ban it if you're Enclave unless you're first picking it. And Dajin is known as a oh gosh,
straight away. They know they can't let anything go through.
But Varus
EU Twisted.
Open.
Varus is open though.
That's exactly
actually,
what.
Yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. I thought the last ban was Varus, and then I realized I actually wrote Braum. So,
yeah,
have Enclave just kind of like brain farted?
I don't. I feel like the strategy of taking Uchi's Fate off comfort is working very well. I'm not saying that if you leave Varus open, you're going to lose the game, but I do feel like
it's going to be a lot harder for you.
I feel like, yeah. I feel like you're putting him on a comfort pick when you don't really need to do that, which just surprises me, honestly, when they put so much effort into banning him out last
2 games.
Yeah, yeah. And now they're just like, eh. But 3rd game in a row, Sejuani for Demo. I think Demo's been really good on Sejuani so far this series. The first game, I think he was a huge reason why they even won that game. And in the 2nd game, I think he was still pretty decent. But they were getting smashed, so it's kind of hard to really...
It's hard to gauge.
Yeah. But again, this is going to be somewhat of a similar draft, I would think. Both teams seem to be happy with how things were going, which would mean we would see... I can't remember who's been played so far.
So far,
Kassadin, is going to be a Kassadin into
It's been both games.
I don't think
Cassiopeia has been the last one in this one. Orianna, which was originally banned in the 2nd game.
I don't think you want to pick Cass into Cass. I don't think you want to pick Kassadin into Cassiopeia.
That's why I have all the notes, all the different things. You got to take notes. You can't even see it on the camera.
Got to take notes.
Yeah, got to take notes.
All right, the Thresh ban. I respect that. Detto was really good on Thresh in the first.
Especially in the early game.
Oh yeah, he was so good. Like he was basically just like, in my opinion, he was carrying that. He was the biggest reason why Enclave was winning that first game, definitely. So banning that way makes a lot of sense, honestly. The Braum's already gone, so Detto will be on a fresh pick of Belair for this game. And alright, I was going to say, let's see if they keep banning away these playmaking melee champions, or whether...
Detto must not play Tahm Kench.
I was going to say, Tahm
not.
Kench is the next in line.
Yeah.
But like, I guess he...
It's an interesting one to look at, because Alistar is definitely not something that I would personally regard as A tier, or maybe A tier, but definitely not S tier. Alistar. Yeah,
I would agree.
Like,
I think Alistar's very strong right now.
Yeah. Like, it's... like, he's definitely A tier, but he's definitely not S tier. I think Tahm Kench does a lot against him. Poppy being taken away from Dan XD. The Swain still available. Camille wasn't banned away. And I don't know...
I wonder if they're baiting the Swain pick with the Camille counter, because they seem perfectly fine running it into Swain.
It's worked. It's worked.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, do we have to recite the definition of insanity to Hyperion, or are they going to just lock in Swain here?
We'll have to see. They're going to keep it for a counter pick.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I honestly think that's smart. You can play protect the EU Twisted Fate here.
Protect that he got the one champion he plays. Let's just go.
Let's go. But I like this so far. I think that I think it's smart to not pick Swain. You could pick Swain in this situation, but I think considering how the series has gone so far, it's not a bad idea to just leave it for a little while and just see what else is going down here.
But they now know it's an Urgot on the top side.
All right, Kerberos and Urgot. Okay, this could be tricky here because Urgot is very good into tanks and is quite a hefty lane bully. So I feel like there's quite limits what Dan XC wants to play. Although to be fair, I actually think Swain is pretty good into Urgot. So I think you could just lock that one in. I don't know whether he will or not, but Oh, alrighty then.
Ooh,
so the
okay.
melee playmaking support.
Take away our Thresh. It's cool. We got someone just as tanky with a hook.
Not the Blitzcrank. Nah, mate.
Nah. Nah, you want something that's, you know, they're very, very strange to think about. And the Gnar picked up for Dan XD. I was actually something that's completely fallen off our kind of radar as such. Wasn't picked in the first game or banned. Wasn't picked or banned in the second game. Like, definitely something that's kind of fell off in this particular series and something that's still very, very strong, especially considering the 1v1 matchup and the team fight aspect of it.
Yeah, I actually think this is one of those matchups where Urgot doesn't just categorically expect to win. I think Gnar is actually kind of hard for Urgot. I don't think Gnar will smash Urgot or anything like that, but I like this pick. I think this is quite smart. And Nautilus is definitely the wild card in this one. I mean, why play Tahm Kench when you can play Nautilus, right? But I do think it's quite good into low mobility carries, and Varus is the definition of that. If you press R on him, it's such a good setup for Skarner specifically, because Skarner Predator's in, Righteous Glory, and even though you've got Janet to protect the Varus, it's a guaranteed knock-up onto Varus. Like, he's not like that 100%.
Unless he has a Banshee's Veil.
Exactly. Unless he goes for the Banshee's Veil build, which I would recommend for this game, to do your Ginzus, Wit's End, Banshees. I would recommend that. I don't know whether he's going to go... I mean, the AP build seems a little bit unknown, but, you know, it would be decent this game. But either way, basically, Skarner sees the Nautilus ultimate go down, just runs at them, and it's guaranteed to get that set up, really. Like, it's going to be really hard for Varus here.
And that's the thing as well, looking at the Hyperion comp, like your Sejuani, your Orianna, your Janna, your Gnar, you've got your perfect setup for Varus to carry this game. You've got your two utility kind of mid laner and AD carry, or sorry, AD carry support, being able to shield him up, keep him safe, while you have your big beefy front line on the side of, you know, Sejuani and Gnar when he's in mega form. My problem is, though, like you just said, Nautilus, Skarner, Urgot, all these people that can just try to jump in front of you and try and just, you know, get kind of any kind of CC down onto you, and you're screwed because Cassiopeia will melt you. There's not a lot you can do about that. So Banshees might be a big pick, but also as well as that, it's going to be a huge amount of pressure on Janna and Orianna to keep him safe.
Yeah, I feel like they've put a lot of eggs into the Varus basket this game.
They didn't expect to get it, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I don't think they did. But I feel like there's not a lot of threat coming from outside sources other than Varus. I mean, Orianna always has potential to do stuff. You know, 3-item power spike on her is pretty strong as well. But she's not really going to be in the same sense of as a carry like other champions would be, especially, I mean, you just have to look on the other team to see a good example of that with Cassiopeia, right? She's a pretty, she's a good carry mid laner. So this could be a bit of a, I mean, yeah, I think it lives and dies with the Twisted Fate, honestly.
Yep.
I would say that's been the theme of the whole series. Enclave has not liked him, to be honest, and they've punished him in the draft. They've focused him in the draft. They've punished and focused him in the games, But, I mean, give credit to him. Given the circumstances, I've not been disappointed with his performance, really. I mean, his lane phase on Tristana was a bit but we'll just say he made up for it later on.
Yep, absolutely. But, ladies and gentlemen, for the 6th and final time today, before we set everything up for our showdown of the ESL Premiership semi-finals and finals live on the 7th and 8th of April, it is going to be onto the riff for Enclave versus Hyperion. And again, we're seeing Enclave going for that early aggressive invade. Dan XD. He won't be XDing for much longer. He actually sees them just about. Will hop away. Does not have his boomerang now to be able to harass early, but not the biggest thing in the world. Everyone's just piling in there.
I thought they were still going to go for it. I was like, oh gosh.
Do it.
Yeah. Alrighty. No.
Should have seen it like, you know, it's like the Senate, you know, Emperor Palpatine's like, do it.
Yeah. But Gnar has the higher ground. It's over. And now we're going to the reset for the...
Loving the synergy of jokes. Absolutely loving them. But shared gold for everybody. See 8 going on to everyone. And honestly, that's actually given them about 100 gold lead.
I mean, in the first game, Hyperion lost a ward, I think it was.
Yep, it was a ward to Enclave.
And they won the game.
Yeah.
So I would say it's probably hashtag ENC win.
Yeah, Twix win. let us know in the Twitch chat. But this is last chance saloon for both these teams. Your season rides on this game. It might as well be a best of one. The one thing I do want to bring up, though, is that big kind of wild card as such with you're having EU Twisted Fate on that Varus. Something he is comfortable on. Something I don't think they actually expected to go with. And honestly, you know, yes, you picked the Tristana first, but it's going to be very telling as we see an anchor tossed very, very, very close to EU Twisted Fate. But it's going to be very telling to see if Hyperion actually can play around this, or if it's just something that EU Twisted Fate, he's just not worth picking up something that high of a priority so early.
I feel like, at the very least, you've given this guy some comfort, and this makes the rest of the game easier.
He's got perfect CS now.
Perfect CS.
Yeah.
You're completely right. Frappy's already missed one.
Game over.
And I think if you're...
Ooh.
Oh.
Freeze frame. Everyone freeze frame.
The unofficial pause.
Yep, the unofficial one.
I think if you're Hyperion, I like your chances because you've got basically zero pressure riding on you. Honestly, right now, this is a success. If they lose this game, they can't look back and be disappointed, honestly. Like, taking the game of Enclave, even making the playoffs was a success for them, so taking the game off them is great. And so that gets rid of a lot. I feel like that gets rid of a lot of the stress and the pressure and stuff, because that all rests on Enclave's side. If Enclave loses one, absolutely is that a huge disappointment for them. This is the team that finished second. Oh gosh.
There we go. Frappy flash, or sorry, aggressively going in, but there's the flash burned already. Ignite comes down as well. They're trying to jump in onto Frappy, but EU Twisted, he's going to go down to Skarner. Again, we see a Skarner with that first blood, actually getting a double kill. Not respecting, no vision. Enclave just putting the pain onto Hyperion on this bot lane, regardless of what he picks. And he just bought a coal.
And of course he just bought a coal. What did I say about punishing, focusing EU Twisted Fate, draft, and in-game? They really like playing around this bot side. I mean, I felt like EU Twisted Fate on Hyperion has been one of their better players. Demo, obviously, since he's joined the team, has been really good too. But he's decent when he plays Varus. He's good. Like, he really is good, even though his team can't win. He's in elo. He's totally no help. But honestly, like, he has good performances. So focusing on this guy, it makes sense. Like, I feel like he is a decent carry, and being able to shut this guy down early is a good strategy. So getting a nice double kill in the first gank of the game. Tristana getting those assists as well. She comes back with the pickaxe. He comes back with a coal. I feel that's a slight mismatch right there.
A little bit. Just a little bit. But no flash, no heal on Frappy either. No flash, no ignite on Detto, as ignite is still available for Daishin. So if Sejuani does find herself in that bot side, and Monkiss, they want
this is pushing into Enclave.
They do. Oh, here we go. Nice tornado, able to knock up all three and protect it. But like you said, this is pushing into Enclave, so they will have the freeze. But it looks like it should be able to reset at the turret. Monkiss. This is the thing now. They know that Monkiss is going to focus on this bot side. Now, where does Demo focus? Where does he go in this whole thing? It looks like it's going to be mid, as he does get the... not quite get the knock up. They are trying to just get Paris. There he flashes, but a little bit too late. Ooh, so close. One more W proc.
No, they can't.
No, never mind. Emmy, it was all an elaborate bait. And that's actually flashing heal down. Paris going down. Emmy picking that one up there. Nicely played by Hyperion.
I think Demo is kind of getting those Vietnam flashbacks of chasing someone under the tower and just having it really awkwardly.
All you hear is just like, he's just looking into the 1,000-yard stare.
I think to answer the question a bit more seriously about where does Demo go, I think bot lane needs him. I don't know if they need him anymore. I can't see the status of the lane, but what's happening right here and what was happening while all this playing mid lane and stuff was going down is that Enclave has set up a nice freeze in that lane with the minion waves. And in order to break that freeze, you need to have your jungler come down and pressure the opposing laners off of that wave and shove it under the tower and get that reset. The reason why Enclave is able to freeze that is because they can't 2v2
Oh.
the bot lane.
Hang on now, Monkus. He has no flash.
Yeah,
he is in no man's land. Two-man shockwave brings everybody back in. Now Dedo's in trouble, and Hyperion have come to life. And that goes over to EU Twisted Fate. That is huge. Such an over-aggressive play from Enclave. Monkus, just no need to be there.
Evading the enemy jungle without your flash.
Or any vision.
Yeah, that's a bit too much, mate. I think that's, well, he got a fast recall, there's that. But outside of that, I don't think that's really worth it, honestly.
Yeah,
that a bit too aggro.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
Good old EU Twisted Fate picking up a kill on that one, though. That's what he wants. He's been denied some of those minions from that freeze that I was talking about. And what better way to make up than get a free kill? I think that works.
Yeah?
That's a nice skin. How would you describe that sound?
The kind of void, like, arrows. Yeah. It's a weird one, all right. It's definitely a weird one.
You know?
Kind of, it's a nice skin, yeah, but I don't know. I much prefer the Cupid. I'm a big fan of, what's his name? I can't remember the name of the actual skin. Is it Heartbreaker?
Heartseeker?
Oh, Heartseeker, not Heartbreaker. That's what it is.
Okay.
All right. Oh, Dedo finds himself a hook. Won't be able to get a kill, but will be able to back everyone away. EU Twisted wanted to go back, pick up some kind of a damage item. You would imagine it would be a recurve bow or a pickaxe, but not given the opportunity.
Well, he can't buy another coal, so I guess it won't be that.
Oh, contraire.
Wouldn't put it past him. Oh. All right.
Whoa, Ignite going down straight away onto Daijin. They tried to really punish him there. EU Twisted taking a lot of damage as well.
Part of the problem with him buying that coal, though, is they're not going to win any of these fights.
No.
They can't. Like, Enclave have the liberty to permanently engage as much as they want.
Emmy gets impaled, does not get anything else out of it. And Monkus picks up his third kill of the game. Paris probably would have liked that one on him. But a nice little move there, knowing that the flash was down. Emmy doesn't even bother burning his heal. And he backs down into the grey screen of death.
Demo's hit level 6 though, and this is where he really starts popping off, unlocking his ultimate, but we could see a dive bot lane and Demo is absolutely nowhere to be seen. And Kerberos is even TPing in. Yeah. Oh, it's all happening now.
It's all happening now. TP going to be used to answer though, as we see the Gnar coming in, has got his Rage Blade, or Rage
Demo's
Bar
on his way.
Building up. They have got an opportunity to go for this. Demo is coming. Kerberos will be able to get out of this, I feel, fairly easily. Does have to burn his flash, so no summoners onto Kerberos. Very aggressive there from Enclave, and definitely not the play that they needed to do right there.
It was a bit too much, but honestly, considering the response from Hyperion was basically to match everything that happened, I don't think they lose too much from it. So it didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to go, but at the same time, I think nothing too bad really happened.
Dedo wants something. He wants something.
Oh yeah. He's level 6 as well, so he doesn't even need to land a hook at this point. But he could also just be setting up the freeze here, staying outside of vision. He can.
Yep, he's just going to keep doing this.
Skarner's coming.
Yes, Skarner is coming. The Daijin is dead. He has not got ultimate. He's got flash available.
He'll be fine.
So he flashes away. Dedo goes for that one as well. And Daijin.
Oh,
yeah, he still dies.
Yep.
He still dies. But greedy recall positions, like, go behind your turret.
That's the second time, actually, that Hyperion's been punished for that.
And that's going to equal a turret.
Yep, that's first blood turret. Demo going for a dive in the top side, but I don't think he's actually... Yeah, he changed his mind. But he might be able to get the Rift Herald here, because he sees enemy jungler in bot side. If he initiates onto the Herald, this could be a good trade. Well,
it's
good
a
enough trade, yeah. It's something.
It's a trade nonetheless.
Should be able to pick this one up. It's important that you do that though when you're playing. I mean, I think this is a core concept, a core mechanic of League of Legends in general, is when something happens on one side of the map, trying not to scramble around and match that, but instead try and do your own thing on the other side. And we see this a lot, honestly. In all of these games we've seen today, this is a really common play where when First Blood Tower goes down, Herald also goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important that you do these kind of things, because then you're not just bleeding things for free, but you're actually losing things but gaining things at the same time. And Demo picking up that Herald, basically sort of worth a tower, depending on how you use it, but it's, in my opinion, comparable to getting a tower, just less guaranteed.
All the kills for Enclave are on Monkus.
Which is good for Hyperion.
Yep, it's the only silver lining I can see right now.
I mean, well, 2.5 gold down at 11 minutes is not ideal. They do scale quite nicely. Varus, when he gets his Ginzus, his Wit's End, maybe
Banshees.
Yeah, maybe that AP item as well. I mean, I think, honestly, I feel like
They're looking for a dive.
I think he'll be okay.
Oh, Daijin, though, will not be. Does get the Tornado, will have his ultimate, but will not use it. And he ends up going down pretty much for free. And that whole skirmish is not really much burned at all.
Yeah, I mean, these kills are just coming a little bit too easily, I feel like, from Enclave. Hyperion need to tighten up a little bit, because it's a bit sloppy right now. 5-1-0 on the Skarner at 11 minutes. I mean, I don't know. Considering this is the game 3. Oh,
Paris just about getting away with that one. Has got flash available for him if he so chooses to use it. Demo, though, nice shockwave, going to be able to keep him available. There goes the Urgot ultimate off the backside as well. He misses that. A lot of ultimates missed there on the side of Enclave. Great ultimate there from Emmy. You can see why they banned this Orianna in game 2. But in the end, it is just going to be more and more pressure as they're just they need EU Twisted Fate to get so much more gold than what he has right now. Dan XD does not have his Rage Bar build. They're going to have to give out another turret going over to the side of Enclave. And that is all 3 outer turrets going down. That's a 5,000 gold lead at 13 minutes.
This one's looking pretty scary if you're a Hyperion fan already. And like you say, they can't really do too much until Varus gets some items. But sadly, they're too far behind to be able to stem that bleeding, honestly. Like they're bleeding out all over the floor. It's not Vimto. It's on your mum's nice new rug. It's looking bad, honestly.
They've been stabbed multiple times at this point. It's definitely not stemming the bleeding. It's literally getting an entire new person to take your place.
Yes. It's like marrying someone because they have the same blood type as you, and then have them mysteriously disappear when you need them most.
That's a very specific example to be giving.
I mean, I'm not going to say where I got it from.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, where did I get that from? I think I got that from The Big Bang Theory.
I was going to say, it sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's one of those things that I binge watch when I'm in hotel rooms and tired and lost too much solo queue to keep playing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Happens a lot, actually, so there you go.
But yeah, coming up now, 14 minutes in the game, 5,000 gold lead for Enclave. They got 3 towers to none, 5 kills to 3, and a Cloud Drake to give them that little bit of extra boost. Ooh. And we are going to have a quick pause. I hope it's a quick pause. Let's have a quick look at the items there before we swap out. We have a Black Cleaver now finished up for the Urgot. The Abyssal Mask for the Cassiopeia, and IE as well for Tristana. So nice early pickups for these guys, and definitely something that they're kind of, looking towards later in the game. Black Cleaver going to be very, very strong against the Sejuani and the Gnar. And the Abyssal Mask just to keep, the little bit of tankiness on the Cassiopeia so she can survive.
Yeah, and Abyssal Mask is one of those that got changed in 8.6, but we're still in 8.5. So it's still really good on these majors like Cassiopeia. Nowadays, it's a bit better on the close range targets, people who want to get in your face a little bit more. But no, Cassiopeia, this allows her to stay really safe still. And for a champion that has low mobility, I didn't quite see if he's running Phase Rush, but I'm going to assume he is because he ran it last game.
Yes, he is.
So being able to be a little bit tankier and then dart around with the Phase Rush and with the move speed coming in from your kit anyway, I think it's... Yeah, it keeps you pretty safe. I'm a bit afraid of the CS difference in the bot lane though. If you caught a glimpse of that, it's like 99 to 138 or something like that. It's a pretty big difference right now, which is, I mean, it seems strange to me that this whole series really has come down to the theme of the series has been let's target ban EU Twisted Fate, and a big part of that is being ban Ezreal, ban or pick Varus. And yeah, just throw him the scraps and leave him to take over after that. But he's got Varus, and it's not happening.
Well, that's what I said. That's the big thing I was talking about, is that like they give him the Varus for the first time in the entire series, and he's not really doing anything with it. Like it's not even like fair enough. He started for the first 3 waves, perfect CS, well done him. But not expecting them to camp bot lane, even though they've literally exclusively camped bot lane.
That was the first 2 deaths there were a bit, exactly like you say. I mean, That's just a standard top to bot jungle path into gank, and just to not even
no wars,
yeah, exactly.
like nothing.
Zero preparation for that, as if you weren't expecting it when it's been happening for the past, you know, like hour. Well, we've been playing the rest of these games. Like it's all you've experienced. It's your whole life. It's like living in Camden and not buying a lock on your front door. It's not a good idea, you know. But apparently,
people do it.
People do it.
You know, you live in the world. Reality is your perception. You know.
Yeah, and his perception right now is looking like he might be going home after this game. So he needs to. Well, he's probably actually already home.
I was gonna say, like, he's probably already home.
That's true. Maybe his internet died and he's around his mate's house.
Maybe. But we are a little bit of a delay. We're having a in-game lag from Enclave, so hopefully we'll be able to sort that out very, very soon. But if you're wondering if you wanted to learn how to do something, can you tell where I'm going with this one? While you're waiting for this game to get back into it, it is, of course, going to be the competition that we are running at the moment. It is ESL.pm/lolcomp. You can win yourself a 27-inch AOC gaming monitor and a couple of other things I think are dotted around there as well. But as well as that, not only are we have the competition running, but any game you've missed, any game you want to see from week 1 right up until the one we're literally recording right now, you can check them all out on ESL.pm/lolvods. Some great cracker of a game in there, and we talked about that a little bit earlier. But back into the game at hand, Hyperion and Enclave. Enclave look like they have in both games completely in control.
In all 3 games, really, they've looked completely in control. I mean, the first one, they kind of, you know, they were in control and then the steering wheel fell off. But outside of that, yeah, it's Enclave's game to lose at this point. I would say if you're Hyperion, the way you get back into this game is to somehow just kind of turtle up as best you can. Don't bleed objectives too much, and then wait for EU Twisted Fate to get... Varus is one of those kind of 2-item champions. You get those 2 attack speed items and then you're sorted. Other AD carries are more 3-item champions, but there are a few 2 items like Ez, and maybe that's why he likes Ez and Varus. He just likes 2 numbers, but 2 items, sorry. 2 numbers.
Yeah. What are the numbers he likes? Come on.
1 and 2. Yeah. The first item and the second one. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's looking like it's going to be kind of hard to do that. But you do have the Orion on your team. That's decent wave clear, and Demo has shown I would say an affinity, honestly, for playing from behind. I think he's really good at doing that. I think he's probably one of the best junglers in the Prem at doing that specifically, considering how good he looks when he's on a team that is basically almost always behind. Religiously so. Yeah. So you can rely on him to do some things to get back into the game. Except that Rift Herald doesn't look like that was particularly useful. I don't think he really had much of a choice. But I think he was going to time out. You're right. So, I think he's actually... Oh, I love this. If we can look at the Rift Herald for 2 seconds, he stuck it behind the actual thing. Look at this. He's waiting. Look, he's got it waiting. I love that play so much. And it's actually really sad. It's sad looking. But you saw from Enclave, they pinged it out. They know this is happening. They know it's sitting there. They know it's there waiting. But I wonder how they react to that, you know? Are they just going to sit there and kind of forget about it after a while? Because you probably would forget about it because it's out of sight, out of mind, you know? But well, it's permanently on the map. So is it? Both teams do both see it as we have another quick pause. I actually am regretting sitting down a lot because I'm so tired at this stage. It's like, oh no, I'm going to fall asleep. But you get to see our lovely faces once again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We do have another pause. We do apologize for this inconvenience. We do want to make sure all the players are set up because it is the last game. It is the one that decides whether or not you get to play at the ESL Premiership Spring Split Finals live on the 7th and 8th of April. So it's a lot on the line. Regardless of where you are in it, if you're Enclave and you're winning, it doesn't matter. You can't take the risk. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Enclave are one of these teams, the only team to take a game off of Misfits, who are arguably, well, they finished with the best record. So Enclave has potential, and they beat Diabolus, beat Misfits. They're a pretty good team, and to squander the opportunity to get into the semi-finals against some of the other good teams, like XL is going to be there. If Enclave win, they would be there, and then Misfits and Wind and Rain as well. So if you really want to have one of those Cinderella runs, it's not really Cinderella because they're actually pretty good to start with. You know. It'd be Cinderella if Hyperion got in. It would be Cinderella. That would be bring them to the ball.
But we are back into game. Hopefully the lag issues have been sorted. Actually, Dedo now going to be the one who has to flash away. Frappy joining in now. Monkus trying to get a little bit off the back of that as well. They did dodge out the Chain of Corruption. So EU Twisted will not have that one there. 9 more minions and he's got himself a fully stacked Cull. Only just finishes Guinzu, so at least he's past that little power trough.
Yes. What is it about these?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ooh, flash. And that's going to be a kill going over to Enclave. Emmy, you're too far forward, my friend, with little or no vision. Enclave, doesn't matter if they're lagging, they can get this straight away. And that's going to be another turret because there's just literally no one who can defend this. Yeah,
this one's going to go down pretty quickly, and there's, again, absolutely nothing you can do to stop this one. I mean, oh, God.
Oh, no.
Gosh.
Oh no, that is probably the epitome of EU Twisted's games so far today. He has just been getting absolutely screwed in the last few fights, and now they're going to go for an inhibitor. 16.5 minutes in. Enclave want this done. They want it dusted. They want it placed for them on a silver platter, and they want to be in the finals with XL, Wind and Rain, and Misfits Academy.
Without taking anything away from the EU Twisted Fate's interesting dodging skills, you have to say Deto has been on point this whole series. Like, he's played really well. His first game on Thresh was top tier, really solid stuff. And honestly, this game has been really good too, especially considering he's playing a Nautilus, which is far from standard, I would say. Oh god.
No!
That is awkward.
No! Rifty!
That's a pretty big croc camp.
That is a big croc camp, yeah. Funny enough, though, despite Rifty giving you like such a huge thing and such, it's
like 25 gold.
Yeah, it's like 25 gold or something. It's like not worth that much at all.
No.
But yeah,
but it's off the map now. Is that?
That's got to be like you know, the extra kick in the teeth. While you're down, you're trying to cover yourself after you've just been absolutely obliterated, and someone just comes over and just boom.
Yeah.
Kicks you right there because.
That was one of those things that might help you get back into the game as well.
That's it, yeah.
You could use it to actually crack a tower, which Hyperion has struggled to do this entire game. I mean,
they've yet to do.
All towers are up and they're pretty full health as well.
Just about to say, they've yet to dent them really. And 8,000 gold, 18 minutes in, 8 kills to 3, 1 Cloud Drake, 1 inhibitor down. Enclave looking large and in charge to take this series as Kerberos. He doesn't even care anymore. He doesn't even mind the fact that, you know, Dan XD will do so much damage onto him because Dedo has been on point, is still on point. Ooh. There is a combination of a Shockwave and a Gnarl, but they're just too tanky at this stage. There's no damage as such on anyone on the side of, you know, Hyperion. They're trying to go onto Dedo. They should be able to pick him up fairly easily. There you go. There you go, you Twisted Fate. You got that.
You got another one.
You got another one. Woo! I mean, he's on the road again.
This is something that makes it very hard when you're playing from behind. Against a Skarner, as you know you're going to have to buy a Sash at some point.
Yeah.
But you're so far behind, you're just trying to scramble for your core items. If you ignore your core items, then you're not going to do much damage. Monkus is out of it.
Monkus, I'm getting PTSD right now. I am getting very big PTSD from the first game where all of a sudden Enclave miles ahead. Well, great early game. And now all of a sudden we're seeing like int after int after int.
I mean, you would hope that that was just
oh my god,
a little bit, you know, a little bit, well, a brain lapse, but it might not turn into the colossal failure that the first game was for Enclave. As far as, you know, 20 minutes and beyond went. But Hyperion, a slightly new leash on life. Not much, but a little bit of a leash on life there. Picking up a few free kills. Monkus, his first death was very similar to that one. And EU Twisted Fate getting those kills means a lot because he really wants those 2 items. Once he gets that, he's going to be much more impactful if they ever decide to skirmish or team fight. And again, I was mentioning with playing from behind when you're against a Skarner, it's hard because you want your core items, but then you have to buy a Sash. EU Twisted Fate really wants that Sash this game. He's also playing versus the Casio, who's going to be a real problem for him too. So any kind of free gold like that is really helpful. Really, really helpful for him.
Speaking of free gold, and actually, oh dear. Oh dear, Daijin So much CC, so much lockdown. Dedo picks himself up his first kill of the game. 1, 2, and 7, having a fantastic time on that Nautilus. That almost certainly spells a Baron on spawn. And with a Mountain Drake, Cassiopeia, and actually even a Tristana, they could do a lot with this. Sejuani, though, is off the side. Demo may look for the God play. Deto has no ultimate. That's a key thing right now. So they have not got full vision either. As we see now, Baron going down to about 1,400. Shockwave does not hit onto the Baron as much as he wanted. And that's going to be Paris flashing in aggressively. Now they look for the re-engage. Enclave take the Baron. They take the shutdown as well. Emmy forced to flash away, trying to keep himself alive. But honestly, they could honestly push in with this. They're that far ahead.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Enclave sweep the vision. They force Hyperion into a situation they really don't want to be in, but they kind of have to be in. Face checking the Baron, trying to contest that one. They know if they lose Baron at this stage of the game, then, well, exactly what you're seeing is going to happen, where they just group up, they push down.
It could be over. Honestly, death timers aren't huge, but there's just so little that the side of Hyperion can do. It looks like they're going to take this inhibitor and then just back away, reset, but honestly, I don't see this game lasting more than 3 or 4 minutes.
I think if you're Enclave, you want to play this one slow because, I mean, this is the 3rd game. You lose it, you're out. And you've already mucked up once by playing a little bit disrespectful, a little bit, well...
Overzealous?
Yeah, overzealous. Yeah, that's a good word for it. A little bit overzealous. Getting a bit too far forward. So just chilling out. It's okay. Play it smooth. Play it chill. You've got inhibitor down in the mid lane. You've got the free tower in the top. Dan is actually going to get...
Yeah, he is
out of it.
Very much dead right now. Has not got flash. Has not got mega form either. And Frappy picks up that kill. Kerberos actually tried to steal it on the back end of that, so not quite able to get it. But this is going to be, like you said, slow, methodical, and painful for Hyperion. You say for Enclave it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I say for Hyperion it's difficult, difficult, lemon difficult. Okay.
Wow, what a great phrase.
I know, right? It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But last inhibitor turret to go down. Inhibitor on top side did respawn, but Baron buff available. There's just no hope in hell for Hyperion. They played valiantly. They got gifted a win in the first one, but they took it and tried to make it work. It just isn't going to work out, unfortunately, for them. Shockwave going to come out on the back of it. Last Nexus turret goes down. Paris actually gives away another kill. But as is the way this game has gone, EU Twisted Fate will not be there for the final little bit. Nexus goes down, and that is going to be it. Enclave take the series 2-1.
EU Twisted Fate not there for the final little bits. Hyperion not there for the finals of the playoffs.